And can you talk about what you guys were able to do in the first quarter, scoring 44 points, really kind of elevated you guys to the victory tonight?
Yeah, I'd say we got off to a good start. I think that's fair to say. I mean, we shot the ball well. The ball moved. It was really it was built out of our ball movement. You know, the spacing was great. Everybody was touching the ball, feeling good, and the ball was going through the net. So when we got off to good starts like this, it's usually a good night, you know. And sometimes it's just a product of making shots, but I think our guys were trying to play the right way, trying to move the ball, share it, and obviously led to good shots, and we knocked them down. So, yeah, huge first quarter for us.
Hey, JB, you talked pregame about trying to balance the bench starting lineup as well. PJ had 20 points off the bench for you guys. Just PJ off the bench, what do you see from him, and will that happen again with Miles playing the way he is as a starter right now, do you think?
Well, I thought PJ was great tonight. I thought it was, great coaching by bringing him in with 20, after 20 seconds into the game. It was just great coaching there, and I thought he was fantastic off the bench. He felt like a starter to me the way he came out, but I think it was his energy, his defense, his ability to protect the rim, rebound the ball. Obviously, he made shots tonight. So I thought he had his, one of his finer performances of the season, just his overall effort on both ends of the floor. So we're going to need that. What we do from here as far as the lineup, I'll figure it out and we'll look at that for Tuesday night. But whether he comes off the bench or he starts, he's got to play that way and impact the game that way. And I thought he was huge tonight for us.
Let's go to Will and then Rick.
JB, I know that PJ's injury came because of – or PJ's timeout came because of injury, but how much did he need kind of like – I don't want to say a mental break, but he had been fighting it there a little bit, didn't have his best offensive games leading into the injury portion of last week. How much did that kind of help him and spring him forward?
Well, I don't know. Who knows how much it really helped him or not. I think anytime you get a reset or refresh like that, you hope it helps a player find his rhythm again. But he came out looking fresh. That's the biggest thing. He looked fresh mentally, physically. He's been a great teammate supporting his guys even through the injury. So he looked locked in and ready to go tonight. He was motivated tonight, and he played that way.
Let's go to Rick.
JB, when you talked after the Cleveland game about you needing to be conscious of not just burning these guys up, that you cannot run them into the ground, how do you, considering the limitations of the bodies you have and the significant injuries you have, how are you striking the balance between, okay, I got a chance to win this game versus just how much can I put the starters through?
I'm the biggest thing, Rick, is I'm listening to the guys, listening to their bodies. They're honest with me, and they're sharing what they need from day to day, game to game. And obviously, we're taking most days off the court. We have to manage their bodies after games and the next day in leading into games. So within a game, Rick, it's really about going after every game. I don't go in saying, tonight we're going to take the night off and maybe rest a few guys. I think you just have to have that feel as a coach as the game goes. And if you have a chance to go win a game, you got to win a game. And tonight we had that opportunity. Obviously, there's been some games where we haven't had that. We have not had success early, and we've decided to rest certain guys throughout a game. So more than anything, Rick, it's going to be a gut feel from game to game, and as the game unfolds, I'll figure it out as we go. But, off days, I got to manage them. Shoot-arounds, I got to manage them, and it's just going to be that's what we've had to do this entire year. So, it's a major challenge right now. Our guys are busting it. They're giving us what they can, but more than anything right now, we just got to manage them from day to day.
Where does today rank as far as what you think of as Terry Rozier's greatest hits?
It's got to be up there. I mean, I thought he was great tonight. I mean, he came out, he set the tone, he was making shots, the 10 rebounds, close to a triple-double, all-around performance by Terry. So it's got to be one of his finer performances as a Hornet.
Let's go to Steve Reed. Steve, you're on mute.
Sorry, I was back on mute. JB, well, Rick sort of stole my question there with Terry, but I mean, was anything said before the game? Could you tell that he was just ready to go tonight? Because I mean, that first quarter was unbelievable, really.
He said to me before the game, he said, "We need this one." He said, "I'm going to give you what I can tonight, and you ride me as much as you need to tonight to get this one." So he was locked in. He was tuned in from the start, and. I thought when the first couple dropped for him, I knew it was going to be a big night for him. So to move the ball and share to come out with 10 assists or 8 assists, 10 rebounds, he was locked in. When he rebounds, Terry's really engaged. And tonight was a great example of that.
Let's go to Danny and then Richard.
JB, Danny Thompson with the three-point conversion. Kind of piggybacking off Steve and Rick. When Terry, in the first quarter, Terry assisted or scored on 31 of the team's points in the first quarter, how much more dangerous is it for opposing defenses to have to deal with Terry when he's not only hitting shots like he was, but also getting everybody else involved?
Well, as we've said before, he's going to be a focal point every single night moving forward. We know that. I mean, trust me, he was circled as their number one guy tonight on the board, and same thing on Tuesday night with the Knicks. He's going to have to take what the game gives him. But I thought tonight the balance of going to score, looking for his own, and making the right play had great synergy. There was a great balance there and gave us what we needed. So he's matured in that way. He's not trying to just take over the game offensively, trying to score the ball. Tonight was a great example of him taking what the game gave him. And he's going to see double teams, and, this won't be the only night, but he's going to see, teams' best schemes and efforts. And I think tonight he was very mature in how he handled it.
Richard Walker, CarolinaSportsHub.com. Coach, you called a timeout during Carmelo Anthony's explosion there in the fourth quarter. Did you ever think you were ever going to stop him because you guys were defending him and he was still hitting big shots?
He's a great player. I mean, for him to still be doing this proves how special a player he is. And he's done this before. I've been on the other end before. I've seen that a number of nights where he puts you away with his offensive firepower, and he was close tonight. I mean, he did a great job tonight. And, they had just come back from, I think, 16 down in the fourth quarter against San Antonio. So we knew they were capable of making a run, and we knew they were going to make a run. But our guys hung in there. Nobody panicked. We called a few timeouts to settle the group, and we got good shots. We got stops, and you just got to give Carmelo credit. He hit some great shots, some big shots for them, but proud of our guys for hanging in there.
Let's go to Sam and then wrap up with Christos.
JB, congrats on the win. Just curious whether you're aware or not that this was your 100th career win as a head coach, counting your time in Orlando. I'm not sure if you had any time to reflect on it, but what that milestone at least means to you in your personal coaching career. Well,
our players made me aware of it with a little bath just now. So I thank the players for that. But I had no idea. I'm thankful for the opportunity. I mean, just to be sitting here as a head coach in the NBA, to be leading this group, it's an honor. I don't take that for granted. Every day I wake up, I'm blessed. I'm thankful for the opportunity. So this is a product of a lot of work from our staff to our players, to our management, to our ownership. Everybody deserves the credit here. So just thankful for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. How's Greece?
Everything is okay. It's spring right now.
Fantastic. How's the food?
Great, as always.
Fantastic.
I would like to ask you, is it sign of growth for your team, the way that you handle the game? Even the Blazers try to make a run and cut your lead. And also, is there anything that's surprising you anymore on Terry Rozier's game?
Well, for me, his greatest growth has been in the playmaking part of his game. He came in as a scorer, shooter. He's evolved to becoming an elite shooter in the NBA. To me, he's a top 5 catch and shoot player in the NBA. I think he's proven that over the last 2 years. But his biggest growth has been in his playmaking ability to move the ball, share the ball, how to get other people involved. That's not easy to do at this level. And he's done a tremendous job over the last 2 years in that area. So he deserves a ton of credit. He studies the game. He studies himself. He takes great pride in getting better every summer, every day, every practice. You know, he's watching film every single day, trying to get better himself. So, you know, that's important. Yeah, I think our group grew tonight. I think, you know, for us to withstand that run, we've seen that before, and we haven't caved. You know, this group continues to stay with it in fourth quarters. For the most part, we've been a good fourth quarter team. You know, we find a way to close out these games. The last couple have not gone our direction. We've had a couple of close games recently that we haven't closed out. Tonight we withstood, you know, the firepower of Carmelo and the Blazers, and you know, came out with a really important win for us.